students, how are you all? I hope you all are fine and safe at your home, and also listening to your parents' advice also, as I always tell you to do so. Students, in our previous tutorial we completed our topic, that is email writing. Notes were also provided to you. I hope you all are completing your work well on time. Your notebooks are complete and error free also. Today it's time to learn a new chapter, the chapter from your reader book. The name of the chapter is An Unlikely Punishment. In this chapter, let's know about the story first of all. Let's know about the characters. Let's talk about characters first of all. The characters in this story are the main character, the protagonist. You would be surprised to know that he is a thief. Yes, Jean Valjean, who is a thief, is the protagonist of the story. Protagonist means main character, main hero. His sister's children, Monseigneur Bienvenu, who is a bishop. Monseigneur is a word which we use to give respect to someone, as ma'am, sir, you people use, and we also use to give respect to some elders or to some dignified person. Monseigneur is also such word that we can use to give respect to someone, especially to a clergyman, a person who belongs to church. Then we have French policemen. A couple of French policemen are also a part of this story, and Mem Manglore, who works at Bishop's house. An Unlikely Punishment is an extract from the novel Les Miserables by the French writer Victor Hugo. Extract, this word I have used many a times earlier also. Extract means a part of something. A novel is there which is written by Victor Hugo, and the novel's name is Les Miserables, and this An Unlikely Punishment is an extract out of that work. In this extract, the protagonist Jean Valjean, who was imprisoned for stealing bread to feed his sister's children. His sister's children were hungry, so he stole the bread for them and he was imprisoned. He got punishment because of that, and when he got relieved from his punishment, he spent a night at Bishop's house. Suddenly, around 2 in the morning, he woke up and was consumed by the thought of the candlesticks. Those candlesticks were not the ordinary one. In fact, those candlesticks were made of silver, and he thought that if he sells these candlesticks, he would be able to get 200 francs. So definitely, of course, he was a thief, so his mind will be around stealing only, and whenever a thief sees an expensive thing, then he tries to take that. So he tiptoed past the sleeping and calm bishop. Bishop was sleeping calmly. Opened the cupboard and removed the silver basket. He then threw the silver into his knapsack. Knapsack is a kind of bag. Knapsack. The basket in the garden and ran away with it. In the morning, definitely what would happen? Ma'am Manglore came running to the bishop and told him about the theft, and she was damn sure that Valjean was behind the stealing because he was a thief. He spent a night with them. The silver was not there and Valjean was also not there. So who was in the middle of the suspect? Obviously Valjean, and Ma'am Manglore said the same thing, that Valjean has done that. But Bishop Monseigneur Bienvenu, the bishop said that the basket was in the garden and he gave the silver to the Jean Valjean himself. He has not stolen, but I have given the silver to Jean Valjean. And at that time the conversation was going on. Suddenly there was a knock at the door. Can you imagine, students, who that would be? Yes, a few French policemen were there along with Jean Valjean. And that silver was also with them. The bishop defends Valjean and says that he had given the silver to him. The same thing which he told Mem Manglore, he said the same thing to the policeman also, the French policeman also, that Valjean has not stolen anything. In fact, I myself have presented, or I myself have given this silver to him. And the same story was told by Valjean also, that I have not stolen anything. Bishop himself has given this silver to me. So definitely the policeman had to the policeman let him go because there was no proof against him. Then reminds him to take the silver candlesticks as well. When Valjean was going, then Bishop reminds him to take the candlesticks also. Valjean was so much surprised. The bishop tells him in a whisper that Valjean has promised him to use the money he gets from the silver to make himself an honest man. Bishop tells in whisper to Valjean that Valjean, you promised me that you will utilize this money in making yourself an honest man. Then Valjean thought, when did I do that promise? But children, actually it was a message. It was a message from Bishop's side that since you are going to take this silver, after selling this silver you will get ample of amount, but do not use this amount in bad things, but rather in making your life a good one, in making yourself an honest man. I hope, children, the story is clear to you. Now focus on the text and let's read the chapter.
Students, before understanding the explanation part of chapter 3, an unlikely punishment, I would like to ask you a question. How do you make someone realize his or her mistake? By punishing that person or through kindness? There can be two ways, my children, that you make that person realize that you have committed a mistake by punishing him, by giving him witty remarks, by giving him the statement which hurts him, and second way can be with kindness. So which is the most suitable way that a person can feel? He himself can feel, yes, I have committed this mistake and I should not repeat it. The kindness, this way should be adapted. This is an extract from the novel Les Miserables, which is written in 1862, which was written in 1862 by the great French writer Victor Hugo. The novel centers on its protagonist. Protagonist means main character of the story, and the main character of the story is Jean Valjean, who is imprisoned for stealing bread to feed his sister's hungry children. The novel depicts his long struggle to create a simple life for himself after he is released from prison. Students, this novel is an extract from Les Miserables, which was written in 1862 by Victor Hugo. This story revolves around the main character, Jean Valjean, who is imprisoned for stealing food for his sister's hungry children, and the novel depicts his long struggle to create a simple life for himself after he is released from prison. It is very difficult for a person who is not in the good books of others and who has been jailed also, prisoned also, that how will he lead a normal, ordinary, simple life once he will be released. In this extract, Jean spends a night at a bishop's house after coming out of prison. Read to know what happens there and how things turn out for him. Which was the incident which turned his life because he had spent a night at bishop's house. So let's see what happens further. Valjean woke as the cathedral clock was striking 2. In the morning, 2 o'clock, early in the morning, 2 o'clock, he got up. He was in a state of great mental perturbation. Many thoughts occurred to him, but there was one in particular that constantly turned, overshadowing the rest. It was the thought of the silver on the bishop's table. Children, when he got up, many things were there in his mind. He was too much anxious. Anxiety was there. What to do further? Where to go? And the most importantly, one thought was there which was striking in his mind again and again, since he was a thief. So definitely about theft only he was thinking, as he had seen silver on the bishop's table. Those silver knives and forks obsessed him. Forks and knives attracted him. He wanted to take them. He wanted to sell them. There they were only a few yards away. They were solid piece and would fetch at least 200 francs. He thought if he sells these forks and knives, he would be able to fetch 200 francs. The ugly thought came and went, and at the same time, unaccountably, he was thinking of something entirely different. First of all, he got up. Many things were there in his mind, but most striking thought was of stealing silver so that he can sell them and can get 200 francs. And at the same time, without any logic, a second thought came in his mind which was entirely different from the present scenario in which he was. One of his fellow prisoners had been a man named Brevet who kept his trousers up with a single brace. One fellow prisoner was there who was with Jean Valjean in jail only when he himself was imprisoned, and that person's name was Brevet, who used to keep his trousers up with a single brace. Brace means a strap to support the trouser. The check design of that brace repeatedly occurred to him, and suddenly he started thinking about his friend, his trousers, and his brace, which was of check design. He got to his feet and stood listening. He stood up and started listening. The house was quite silent. All around there was silence because it was too early in the morning. It was 2 o'clock. The house was quite silent as it was too early. He picked up his knapsack. Knapsack is a small bag, and got something out of it. What he got? It was a short iron bar, sharpened to a point at one end. By daylight, it could have been seen to be an ordinary miner's spike. He took out a kind of pointed iron tool, which could be seen as a normal spike, a pointed metal which is used for digging. Grasping it in his right hand and holding his breath, Valjean moved steadily towards the door of the bishop's bedroom. He found it ajar. He was too greedy with the thought that he's gonna steal the silver, he's gonna sell that silver. He was being greedy, and with that greed, by having a sharp iron tool in his hand, he went slowly towards the bishop's bedroom, which was already slight opened. Valjean moved on into the bedroom and cautiously forward, hearing from the far side of the room the quiet, steady breathing of the bishop. Bishop was in deep sleep. He was sleeping. For nearly half an hour, the sky had been darkened by cloud. At that moment, when Valjean stopped by the bed, the clouds were torn asunder and moonlight flooding through the tall window. Suddenly, the clouds were torn asunder a little bit, a part of cloud asunder, and moonlight flooded through the tall window, which fell upon the bishop's face. He was sleeping so peacefully. His face wore a look of serenity, hope, and beatitude. Beatitude means a religious look, serenity, calmness. There was calmness on bishop's face. Motionless in the shadow, gripping the spike in his hand, Jean Valjean stood gazing in a kind of terror at the old man. He was being terrified, he was scared because the silver was there in bishop's room only. He was quite afraid of being awakened of bishop. If he would be stealing and bishop gets up, what would happen? Moreover, he had a feeling that he had spent a whole night here, and wheresoever he got shelter, he is going to steal in that house only. All that clearly emerged from his attitude and expression was that he was in a state of strange indecision between death on one hand, the same thing as I have already told you, my students, that he was at that time in a double-minded state, whether to kill bishop and get the silver or to leave the opportunity of earning money. Indecision between death on one hand, killing the bishop, and salvation on the other ruined the opportunity which he had at that time, that he could steal the silver and sell. Ready to shatter that skull or to kiss that hand, whether he should kill bishop or he should kiss that hand, means he should be grateful for the deeds which bishop did for him. Valjean suddenly moved to the cupboard. The first thing he saw when he opened the door was the basket of silver. Finally, he makes his mind and moved towards the cupboard. The first thing which he saw after opening the door was a basket of silver. He grabbed it, crossed the room with long strides means steps, re-entered the oratory, picked up his sticks. Oratory means a room used for private prayers. Picked up his stick, opened the window, climbed over the sill, emptied the silver into his knapsack, threw away the basket, and scrambling like a great cat over the wall, took to his heel. These all are the actions which he did after stealing the basket. He grabbed it, then went into the oratory, picked up his stick, opening the window, climbing over the sill, and emptied the silver into his knapsack, into his small bag, and finally ran away. At sunrise, Monsignor Bienvenu was in the garden. Mem Magloire came running out to him in the great agitation. She was in a state of great anxiety. Bishop was in the garden, and Mem Magloire came running out to him. Monsignor, Monsignor, do you know where the silver basket is? Yes, said the bishop. Thank the Lord, I couldn't think what had happened to it. Now, this is the conversation between Monsignor Bienvenu and Mem Magloire. First of all, she asked Monsignor, "Do you know where is the silver basket?" Bishop replied in affirmative. Thank the Lord, I couldn't think what had happened to it. The bishop had just retrieved the basket from one of the flower beds. He handed it to her, saying, Here you are, here is your basket. But it's empty. Sign of exclamation is there.